Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another vid. Now, Oscar De La Hoya is a very funny dude. Really, he is very funny. All right, because let me tell you why. He had conducted an interview with TMZ. Shout out to TMZ, even though I don't like TMZ. But it's a transcript that was posted by Boxing Scene. It says here, quote, Oscar De La Hoya says that the reason why the Canelo Khan fight was made is because he was inspired by Donald Trump to make this fight. You hear that? Donald Trump inspired me to make Canelo versus Khan. Okay. And yes, he's serious about that. And he also went on to say that he believes that, look, first of all, he's known Donald Trump for decades. So they're good buddies, right? But yet, they're no longer friends after Donald Trump has made some disparaging and hateful remarks against the Latin community, especially the Mexican community, and where he's been bullying, he claims that he'll bully the current, sitting Mexican elected president down in Mexico, and the former president, Vicente Fox, to build a humongous wall to protect the borders, which, Vicente Fox came out and called out on Donald Trump on his bullshit, saying, first of all, you can't force me to go do a goddamn thing. Who the fuck are you? Just to put it out bluntly, paraphrasing what Vicente Fox had said. But anyhow, Oscar believes that Trump is a plant. Okay, he believes that Trump is just putting on a diabolical plot to get Hillary Clinton elected. If you ask me, I think Trump is a plant. Okay, because first of all, none of the things he says are none of the policies that he implement has no merit and has no substance at all. He continues to avoid questions. He continues to get dance around answers that he can't respond coherently, I should say. And yet, you got a massive support, especially on the Southern conservative side, those old Dixiecrats who are still seething over the 1964 Civil Rights Act that got passed during the Kennedy, / Johnson administration. But yet, they're supporting Trump like crazy. Why? I don't understand. I really don't understand why. But anyhow, back to the topic at hand. Oscar also went on to say that, look, Donald inspired me to put together this super fight between Canelo and Khan because they both come from backgrounds that Trump has targeted in his campaign, meaning the Latin community. All right. In other words, he wants to show Donald that he, as an Hispanic businessman, can make big things happen. Wow. Okay. Well, he said, look, well, check this out. This fight's going to be at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas on May 7th. When I was making this fight, I was actually watching the presidential debates, and I was thinking, why not make Amir Khan with Canelo Alvarez? And it was Trump who gave me the idea, and we made the fight. Wow! And you know how controversial Trump is, like I said. And I said, let me put in Amir Khan, who is Muslim, and then let me put in Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican fighter, and who is the most popular fighter on the planet today. I don't know about that. Now, let me put them in there and create this big mega event and show they belong in this country. Really? I got an idea, Oscar. If Donald Trump had inspired you to make this fight between Canelo and Khan, then he should have inspired you to make the fight between Canelo and Golovkin, because that's the fight the world wants to see. But yet, you let your little redheaded stepchild, the little red princess of the middleweight division, who's being the bitch right now, you let him create his own weight class, allow him to install conditions that he wants in order to get fights made. Now, if those conditions are not met, there's no fight, under any circumstances, because he went out and said, that's Canelo, that I learned from Floyd Mayweather that I'm not going to give advantages, give away some advantages. If I can hold on to my advantages, then I have a way better chance of winning fights. Now, that's just paraphrasing, but it's all bullshit. Because how in the hell you can sit there and be the middleweight champion of the world, the linear middleweight champion of the world, and you refuse to defend your title at 160, but you want to keep it at 155. And according to the WBC's bylaws and procedure rules, you cannot defend your title at a catchweight against your mandatories. You can defend it against a voluntary, but not against your mandatories. So now the WBC is rescinding that old rule, which they've been rescinding policy after policy after policy every goddamn week, every day, every second, every minute. Oscar, I mean, if you're listening to this video, man, please, I respect you as a fighter. Man, you were a damn good fighter. You were a warrior. You fought everybody that was there to fight, win, lose, or draw. But now you becoming a bitch of a promoter. I'm sorry to say that, man. I don't know why you allowing this guy, your top fighter, to pull the antics that he's putting right now. And let me play devil's advocate for a minute. It's maybe because your roster of fighters are very, very thin right now. So knowing that Canelo is your golden goose right now, you're doing what you can to protect that golden goose until you build your empire. Yes, it was sad what Richard Schaefer and Al Heyman did to you. But still, man, you have to understand, even though you only have one golden goose, take the risk. Put him in bigger fights, because that's what the Goosens did with Michael Nunn. And that's what they did with James Toney, in the latter stages of his career. So, you should take a page from the Goosens. Or even the main events. I mean, well, obviously the main events was a little bit bigger promotion than the Goosens, but I'm just saying. In other words, I mean, to me, I feel that having Canelo fight at 155 and Oscar permitting this to happen just shows that he doesn't have confidence in his fighter to win big fights. So the only way he can win big fights is either being the judge's pockets or whatever, score the fight for Canelo no matter how the circumstances go. If he doesn't get knocked out, give him the decision. Because we've seen that in several of his fights, which have been highly controversial and debatable. And we've also seen the fact that Canelo is a very, very limited fighter. We all know that. He can be beat. And the only way you can beat him in this day and age is to knock his ass out. So, I know I'm dragging on a little bit about this, but I thought that I would share this funny little article here because, this little interview / transcript, because Oscar De La Hoya, man, you are taking too many goddamn L's already. You took so many back in 2015, and you're taking them quite a lot this year, man. And right now, people are losing respect for you. You're gonna have to really, really find a way to salvage your reputation, man, because it's really, really in hot water. Real talk. All right. And before I close out this video, since we're talking about Donald Trump, now for those of you, now you can be conservative, that's cool. If you support Trump, that's cool. But let's be rational. The guy ain't got no shot of winning this damn election. I don't care how you describe it, okay? Because there's no goddamn way that the moderates or independent voters are going to vote for a guy who's that polarizing, who doesn't make any policy sense when it comes to foreign policy or domestic policy or northern border policy or southern policy. So he makes no sense whatsoever. So with that being said, vote with your conscience. Vote with your good conscience. Don't vote with ideologue, because if you do, it makes you look stupid. I'm just being real. Anyway, I'm going to drop a link to the transcript below in the description box. Here to comment, share, subscribe, sign it off. Peace.